Do you know the importance of swim lessons and the importance of having preventable measures around your pools? The summer's going to be approaching quickly and the heat is coming fast. With that, it's really important to have your children enrolled into swim lessons and preventable measures up around your pools. My name is Kendal Kerbrat and I've worked with Clark County Aquatics for 7 years now. With that, I have my lifeguard certification and my WSI certification. Not only do I teach kids how to swim, but I teach lifeguards how to save kids. Many people don't know the importance of having swim lessons with their kids and the different protective measures that are available for the pools. By the end of this speech, I hope that you're able to learn and make some changes for your pools. Drowning statistics and misunderstood concepts happen often with swimming. Many people believe that lifeguards are there to babysit the kids and only save the kids, and that swim lessons can be taught at home by the parents, but that's not the case. Lifeguards prevent and protect. They aren't there to babysit the children. They are there to prevent things from going wrong and enforce rules. They're also there to protect the children when something does happen. So if something were to happen, the lifeguards are there to help the kids and save whatever has happened. On Safe Girls Worldwide, it stated that among preventable injuries, drowning is the leading cause to death of children ages 1 to 4. Knowing the dangers is only step 1, so let's learn how we can prevent. Having gates, doors locked, and the right fitting life jackets is very important. So to start, it doesn't mean just having the doors locked, but it also means having the doggy doors locked. Kids will find any way possible to get out into the pool. So it's really important to have the proper gates and locks around the pool. Around the pool, it's important to have a gate that the kids aren't able to climb over or to get into the pool with. With that gate, it should be locked all the time and tall enough that kids won't be able to get over it. As far as the equipment goes, many believe that the flotation devices that blow up are meant for helping kids float and to save them. That is not the case. Inflatables are not meant for protecting kids and saving them, it's meant for just fun. So it's really important to have the proper life jackets, which are called Coast Guard approved. On the inside of life jackets, you will find a little logo and it will state Coast Guard approved. And that means that that lifeguard has been approved by the Coast Guard and is suitable for the kids. Not only do you want to make sure that life jacket is Coast Guard approved, but you also want to be sure that that life jacket is the proper fit. Life jackets will often do the turtle effect and they'll go pop up over the shoulders, and that is not safe. You want to make sure the life jacket is a tight fit and all the buckles are always closed. According to the 2011 boating report published by the U.S. Coast Guard, out of 533 deaths that were related to drowning, 84% of those children, or the adults, were not wearing life jackets. So when you're out by the pool, it's important to wear a life jacket that is Coast Guard approved and fits properly. When you are at the pool with your kids, it's really important to be in the water with the kids. Many think that if they have the life jacket on, that is what is going to save them. That is not the case. When you're at the pool or at the lake with your kids, it's important to be in the water with them and within arm's reach. With that, many believe that drowning can only take place in big bodies of water, but that's not the case as well. Drownings can take place in the bathtub, sometimes in the toilet, and out by the lake, out by the beach, anywhere possible where the kids could get stuck, they could not get back up, and they're near water. So it's always important to have a close eye on the kids when they're out by any form of water, and they are always within arm's reach of you near that water. When you are at that pool or that body of water with your kids, it's also important to have a phone nearby. Something can still go wrong. Even though you are holding those preventable measures by having life jackets, having doors locked, and all the above, and you're in the water with them, something can still happen. So having a phone nearby so that you can call 911 is highly important. Also, knowing CPR so if something were to happen. CPR is taught by many different facilities around town, so CPR is always something that can be taught to you and is easily can be found somewhere around town, so that's something to look out for as well. Lastly, having your kids in swim lessons is highly important. In those swim lessons, they will not only learn the proper technique, but they will also learn pool rules, pool safety, and if something were to happen, those professionals will be able to save them. Swim lessons are taught year-round. and that is something that is not taught, that is not known by many. So within Clark County Parks and Recreation, on the site it states swim lessons are year-round at multiple facilities. So by simply going online and doing your research, you can find facilities that are taught year-round and can be done indoors, outdoors. It just takes a little bit more research. Many people also believe that they don't want to put their children into swim lessons because of the cost, but that isn't something to hold you back. In Clark County, a 6-week swim lesson is only $26. So it's a super affordable class, and the kids by the end of it will be more comfortable in the pool and will know how to swim better. The classes that are taught are year-round, and they are ranging from infants all the way to adults. So to begin, there's a water introduction class that is for parent and child, and in that class, the kids aren't going to leave knowing how to swim, but they will leave feeling more comfortable in the pool and having more support from you. So in that class, you will be able to learn the proper holds for the kids, and they will become more comfortable and feel happier while at the pool. The next class is water independence. During water independence, the children will be alone with the instructor and the other students, but they will begin to work on their independence. So during that, they're going to learn how to kick their feet, use their arms, blow their bubbles, and start to swim more independently. The next level up would be stroke introduction. During stroke introduction, the kids are going to be moving to a little bit of a deeper pool. So they will still be able to reach the bottom, but they will have to stand the entire class. During this class, they will be introduced to more of the strokes. So they'll be able to learn freestyle, backstroke, breaststroke, and they're going to become more familiar with all the different strokes that they can use and see which strokes they're most comfortable with. The next level is stroke progression. During stroke progression, they are going to be in the deep pool where they will no longer be able to stand. Again, in this class, they're going to just progress on the strokes that they've learned and improve the strokes that they have. The last class is advanced stroke. During advanced stroke, they are going to begin to work on that endurance more and prepare them more for a swim team. And at this point during advanced stroke, kids are really comfortable in the pool, they're able to swim longer distances, and they're able to do all the different strokes. So swim lessons aren't only for kids though. We do have swim lessons for adults as well. They will be beginning levels and advanced levels. So even if you have the fear of not knowing how to swim with your kids, you'll be able to take lessons too, so that way you can swim with them as well. So as it's warming up, I hope you have learned some new things about swim lessons, different preventative measures that can be taken, and just things that you can change or habits that you may have that you no longer will have after learning these. It only takes a few seconds, so what a fun day in the sun with the family becomes like a nightmare within just a few seconds. So be sure you have the proper equipment, you have the proper gates, and the kids are always in arm's reach of you and learning swim lessons. So enrolling them into swim lessons will make a difference for not only you, but also for your entire family. So now that you do know the truth and that it truly can happen and how many children it does happen to yearly, I really hope that you are able to make those changes.
You don't realize how long 8 minutes is.
I really just wanted to talk, right? Did you see Olivia over there when she was? This is the cutest. Good one.